everybody. Welcome to another episode of Home Life Wife. As you can see, I am not home. I have been planning a trip to Japan for well over 24 years, and I finally got it done. And so I am doing a special couple of editions to take you along to my journey through Japan. As you can see, it was snowing outside at my home place, and I'm in the airport in my hometown, and it took us quite a while to get in the air because everything needed to be de-iced, and there was a backup on that. So we finally did get into the air, but albeit about 30 minutes late. So that made it very difficult for me to get to my connector flight. Or no, this would be a connector flight, but get to my main flight. I am actually flying to Chicago O'Hare Airport, and I am connecting to my main flight to get to Tokyo, Japan from there. So as you can see, we made it safely at Chicago O'Hare International Airport, and in a minute here I'm going to be racing through the airport at top speeds. Actually, it's going to be top speed because I'm fast playing the video, but I like to die trying to get to my next gate, and they kept announcing all passengers that is going to Tokyo, Japan needs to be boarded now. And I see now why they said that, because they saw that they had my luggage but they didn't have me, and so I was trying as fast as I could to get to the gate, and luckily they were waiting to the last minute to close the doors, because they knew they had another passenger because of the fact that they had my luggage. And I'm so glad that they had kind of that backup protocol so that, you know, to count for every passenger. So anyway, I finally made it to Japan Airlines and got settled in my seat, albeit I was quite out of breath by the time I got there, and I was a little bit flustered and kind of hoping that nobody was annoyed at me for being late to the plane. I couldn't really help it. My hometown flight, of course, was late starting off. So once we got up in the air and got to cruising altitude, as you can see on the map, it's showing our route to get to Japan. We kind of did an arc over Canada. Anyways, they started serving the lunch, the supper. So I thought it was quite good. It was kind of like some sort of sashimi with egg, and then the next middle would be the mixed fruit, and then on the end that was cold soba noodles. It was quite different, and then of course the main entree was some sort of like chicken with gravy and potatoes. Some of their food was a little tiny bit westernized, but for the most part it stuck with the traditional Japanese. And of course there was miso soup in a little cup on the right side. And then later on they served a snack. It was these Oriental rice crackers that I thought were awesome. They were really good, and of course you can't get them anywhere except on Japan Airlines, so bummer me, I couldn't buy them. But that was some Sprite, and they seem to have snacks always at the door of the restroom, so you can have them whenever you wanted. So anyways, after the night, we ended up flying about 8 hours, and we were chasing the sun, so it never got dark. It stayed daylight out the entire time, even though we left at kind of toward mid-afternoon. Anyways, we finally started coming into Tokyo Bay, and started descending to land at Haneda Airport. in Tokyo, Japan. There's 2 airports, Haneda and Narita. Haneda would be the one that is right in Tokyo. So what you're seeing here is Tokyo Bay. It's kind of like out toward going into the ocean. All those little boats down there are fishing boats. There's a number of sushi restaurants. They very much depend on these fishing boats to get what they need to make their fresh sushi. And I do have a video showing some sushi, more than just this one. Of course, the funny thing is the music I chose is called actually Exciting Travel. I thought that seemed kind of appropriate for the video. So now we are landing in Haneda Airport, and we had to go through the clouds, of course, and it was quite rainy and dreary out, and it was quite cold. This is about the end of February. They're about a month ahead of us on at least. So once we got off the plane, I kind of, not secretly, but kind of discreetly recorded what happens next. When I was watching travel videos of Japan, no one really ever shows what happens when you go through customs in Japan. So my camera was hanging around my neck, and I have this magnetic stabilizer that keeps it from swinging around underneath my shirt. And so I was able to, my camera eventually times out on the window. So the window blacks out, but you can still record, you're still recording. So no one really knew I was recording this, so that was kind of nice in case the authorities were like, no, you don't need to. Nope. So anyways, this will give you an idea of what it looks like in the customs and declaration area of Haneda when you're trying to get through Japan. They keep telling you stories that they're very, very strict about things, and you got to declare your meds and all kinds of stuff, but it actually went a little bit smoother than I expected. The only thing I could complain about was that, you know, it was like herding cattle. There's so many of us, and I think there was at least more than one American plane that was coming in, or at least more than one foreign plane. So we kept getting herded through kind of a zigzag line until we got to the front, and so that was a bit tiring. It lasted about 35-40 minutes, but we finally got through. I was quite hungry when we finally got off the plane, the final destination being Osaka, so she took me to a nice little sushi place, just kind of like not vending machine, but just for a quick bite before finally getting over to her house and finally to bed. I don't know, with the jet lag, you know, the whole trip in total is about 16 hours. 16 to 18 hours, and so by the time I got to her house, I was spent, you know. I was ready to finally go to bed, and so Stay tuned for the next video that you will see where I will explore Japan, and I'll see you next time.